So today is the day I'm going to be attempting to solder these pickups. Everything else on the body is done. And so now it's time to do the main part. So it's a learning process, so we're gonna learn together. Okay, so I couldn't record and solder because one, I'm learning, two, I had to watch a video to make sure I'm doing everything right. But right now we've got the ground wire soldered on. That's the next wire. Now we're gonna do the back pickup. And going right here, we already have the cord, I mean the wire going through, so that's where the bridge will go, so it'll be grounded. And yeah, hopefully I'm doing it right. I think so. You know, I think there's a whole bunch of different ways, but I think this is just the simplest, basic one. But yeah, we shall see. We'll see if I get any power. Okay, so this is tone. This just seems to be this pickup, and for some reason this one, I don't know if I'm wiring it wrong, but I'm going ground to this and then right into here, so I don't know, but at least we have some sound here. Okay, moment of truth. I got music playing on here on this video. I'm gonna put my phone up to these pickups and let's see. For some reason the front one doesn't seem to work. Or I didn't wire it right, but we have sound. And we have treble and mid. Mid. We have the treble. So it's just tone. No bass, no. It's coming along pretty nicely. I went ahead and started working on the headstock. I was gonna rent a jigsaw, but I've been using this handsaw and using my Dremel to cut pieces in the sand. So I'm definitely taking the harder route, but it's starting to look like a base head. Now I could have just used a jigsaw, but what's the fun in doing it the easy way when you can do it the hard way? So I was able to use a saw, my Dremel, some sanding paper to get the headstock how I wanted without having to get a jigsaw or rent a jigsaw. This is for people that don't have access to a whole bunch of tools or not close to a Home Depot or, you know, or don't want to really get one because they're not going to use it all the time. I'm here to tell you, you can use it with a regular handsaw. Now I did the complicated route, you know, with the curve and everything. If you just want a basic headstock, you could probably just use this and you don't need any saw. Just make sure you have a steady arm. So yesterday I finished the headstock and I decided to lay one coat of black paint on it last night before I went to bed so I can have a nice start. This morning we're gonna lay down a couple more layers of black on this, and then we're gonna hit it with that stardust look and then hit it with some gloss. So we've got a couple layers of black on. I'm kind of using this as my primer since I don't have white primer. Just gonna wait till this dries and then I'm gonna hit it with the glitter blast. All about layers, layers, layers. Now, when you do layer a lot of paint, like I did for this headstock, you want to make sure that you space it out. So you want to make sure that each layer dries properly before you lay the next coat, because if you don't, it's going to get very wet looking and you're going to get a lot of thick spots on it. Headstock came out really nice. I decided to spray the black on the back of it. It came out really, really nice and smooth. So tomorrow or sometime I'm going to wet sand this, then gloss it again. All right, guys, so we're getting closer to finishing this. Now, I know it gets sound, and I don't know if these are gonna get sound. I still try to wire it again, but I don't know, so we'll see. Another thing that happened was that the screws that it came with broke, so I had to go and kind of makeshift something. They actually broke in the wood, so be on the lookout for that. I am, like I said before, eventually going to remove these and put some, pickups that I prefer. So this was just more of a trial and error to try to figure out how to do my own pickups. Not sure how I did. Feel like I did okay because I'm getting sound, so we'll see once everything is set up. Skip past a lot of the drilling, the holes and everything like that, just because it was time consuming. And laying this down was easy. Everything was able to line up perfectly. I was missing another screw. I'm not sure if I just lost it or there was one missing, but I had another screw. I'm not sure what that's to, but we'll find out once I put the tuning keys on, because that is the last thing that needs to be actually put on. So everything else is bolted on. We've got the strap on here, strap locks, and yeah, it's looking really, really good. Going a lot better than I thought it would look. All right, guys, so tuning keys are on. Now it's time to put these strings on and see how everything else goes. I might have to touch up this little part right here and that, but it's looking good. Moment of truth. We're strung up, somewhat in tune. Let's see. Stay tuned for next week and see if we get sound.